Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It's Tuesday, so it's time for our first of 8 3-time structure decks. And as per Mokuba, we are going to be starting with Espa Roba. So, let's start with the skill. At the start of the duel, you flip this over. This is going to be an always active skill. And what happens here is the opponent must reveal any and all cards that they draw during their draw phase. Now, just real quick, because we do have the time to go over these skills this time, what this means is basically just a quick flash. So, like, let me pick another card that's sitting over here. The opponent draws a Monster Reborn. They're not going to do this in Speed Duel, but they draw a Monster Reborn, right? Well, real quick, because of this, they have to go, cool, I draw, and basically just do this, like, okay, do you see it? Can you confirm it? Cool. Add the card to their hand, and then continue playing like normal. Can they shuffle their hand? Of course, you're not actually going to be allowed to know like which card in the hand is that card, but you are to know like what it was as far as like what got added. So again, very good. And there are some cool ways to abuse this information outside of just being a good player in general. Now, before I move on, I want to make one more note for you guys. None of these decks are using a side deck. If you guys wanted to use a side deck, I would suggest, like, again, you pick up the rest of the cards that were from the deck and you build one. But again, since it's going to be a 3-times structured tournament at the end of this, we just didn't do that because it kind of lowers the fun and it makes the videos a bit longer, and that's not always a good thing. So, real quick, let's get you guys the deck profile. So obviously, we do not need to obey the ban list right now. This is a casual format. If you guys are not into that, just skip to the skip a few weeks. Come back after we're done having our fun, and then the seriousness will start again. But for right now, we don't have to be super serious. This is an all for fun thing. This is 3 times of a structure deck, which means we get to use 3 copies of Jinzo, which is great. And again, it is Espa Roba's key card. We're going to be able to take traps out of the game. Not that traps are like super important, but like it is a third of the game. So there is that. Next up, I'm going to be running 3 copies of the brand new Jinzo Returner. Now, this guy's got a couple of things going for him. First off, you can always attack directly with this. And secondly, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Jinzo in the graveyard, special summon that, but it will be destroyed during the end phase. So there are a couple of fun ways to play him, but basically he's a body. He's here for another card that we're going to be using here momentarily. Next up, another one of my favorite cards of Espa is the Reflect Bounder. This guy was just amazing. He was always a good card in the real game during the old advanced format. The way he works is before damage calculation, if he is being attacked by an opponent's monster card and was in attack position at the start of that damage step, then you can inflict to the opponent damage equal to the attacking monster's attack. Now, real quick, it does not say original, so it is whatever the modified attack would be. And then, of course, if you do after damage calculation, you still destroy this card. Meaning that I could run it with a smaller monster, like the Jinzo Returner. I would take my 6, and then I would also take like the 1100 from Reflect Bounder winning. So I would always take at least 1700. There are ways to counter this guy. Basically, like they said, you got to put him in defense mode. So like Windstorm of Attack was like really good, but again, you gotta work around Jinzo when you do this. So again, he's like a good card. We're definitely going to abuse him as long as we can, and this will be the monster lineup for the 3 times build. Now, moving into the spells, Cosmic Cyclone. If you thought I wasn't going to play the good reprints, like you're crazy, because it's great. And then next up, I got 1 copy of Cosmos Channeling, and this one deserves a little bit of what do. So you can send a monster you control that is owned by your opponent to the graveyard to special summon a machine from the hand or the grave. Okay, we're going to get to that here in a second. When your opponent draws for the normal draw in their draw phase, while you control a Jinzo, you may declare 1 card type. Remember that you've seen the card because of the skill. Your opponent reveals the card that they drew, and if it is the declared card type, send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, draw one card. You can use each effect of Cosmos Channeling once per turn. So again, Cosmos Channeling can, of course, be combined with the intel from the Cosmos to just go ahead and rip that card. And then again, you just got to have Jinzo on board to do that. Now, to satisfy the other effect, to go ahead and summon your machines, you need an opponent's monster card, which is why the Jinzo Returner is so important, because we're going to be running 3 creature swaps. I do like to make sure that I give my opponent something that's a little on the weaker side, and I want to make sure that I'm going to get something that's going to be okay. But at the same time, with the Cosmos Channeling, this also means that I have access to Jinzo or another Reflect Bounder if that would be the better play. So again, good stuff is good stuff. Next up, I'm going to be running 2 copies of the Cyber Energy Shock, and if the screen will just focus, thank you. If you control Jinzo, target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Okay, so it could be any card, and it doesn't have to be face up or face down, so this is very good. If it was a trap card, however, you can choose to apply one of the following effects. Either all your Jinzo gain 800 attack, and you got to see it doesn't say till end of the turn, or you get to negate the effects of 1 face-up card on the field until the end of this turn. You can only activate 1 copy of this spell per turn, but it is an amazing spell. So again, with Jinzo, once we get to that, this is going to really help you guys out. And then last card, I've been telling you guys to put it in the side deck, put it in the side deck, put it in the side deck. Guys, this skill is going to put this card on the limits list. We're going to be running 3 copies of Mind Crush. Because again, remember, intel from the Cosmos, we get to see every card that you draw. Now, because we got to see it, we're going to declare 1 card name. And if that card is still in your hand, because again, it's your draw phase, you can't exactly play it unless it was a quick play spell in response. I mean, what are you going to do? Drop Graceful Dice on me? Then you got to discard all copies from your hand. Otherwise, I, as the player, if I somehow called it wrong with intel from the Cosmos, then then I have to discard a random card from my own hand. And this is the 3 times Espa Roba structure build. Now, if you guys wanted to take the rest of the cards that were in the structure deck, and again, this is what I did. I took 3 of everything and I put it all in one big pile. If I had to make a 6-card side deck, I'd probably play some cards like Golgoyle because, again, it's a nice set it and forget it. There's going to be some games where Jinzo Returner's just not going to do what he needs to do. You could still put this thing in attack mode later, creature swap it over, so you could play a couple of those. You could always add in Fiend Mega Cyber just in case your opponent really does gain some good advantages on you. The extra Cosmos Channeling could be in there. You could put the extra Cyber Energy Shock, the Cosmic Cyclone in there. You guys could do something as far as like the Draining Shields. Maybe your opponent does get through to you too fast. Or you guys could play the Psychic Shockwaves. I would keep at least one of these in the side had I built one. And we'll probably do this kind of discussion with each one of these. But this is the Espa Roba deck as we are going to play it for the 3 times tournament. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll have another one in either tomorrow or the next day. And again, just want you guys to enjoy your week. I hope to see you guys again next time. If you guys want to support the channel, do the easy things or the not so easy things. Easy things. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, tell your friends. And maybe you have it in your budget to help us buy more sleeves, or we're trying to save right now to get Celestial her own set of the Streets of Battle City right now. Maybe you want to hit us with the Buy Me a Coffee link down in the description, and you want to help us get to that goal. Again, that would be great, but it's not necessary. Don't go out of your way if you don't have to or you don't want to, okay? But for real, guys, I hope you enjoy it. I hope to see you guys again next time. See you later.